On the shop today, we're about to make this KLX300R a little bit more powerful and a little bit louder. We have the FMF Powercore Hex 4, and hopefully this thing is gonna sound amazing once we put it on. After the install, we're gonna show some before and after clips of me revving this thing, it's sitting at idle, and doing some ride-alongs. But yeah, I think this thing is gonna be a great addition. So just up front, this does not have a fuel tuner on it yet. We're gonna be purchasing one of the EJK kits to go on this bike. So we have already done the pair valve delete on this and installed that block off plate from Smart Moto, but there's still probably gonna be a little bit of decel popping going on, especially since this is like a full open exhaust. Now, if you got the quiet core, I think you're gonna be good to go. It's not gonna have a lot of decel pop. But overall, probably next month we'll order the EJK kit. So we might have to live with some decel pops for now. But nonetheless, we're gonna get this thing installed. Guys, like and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. Stay tuned for the video. We're gonna get this installed. All right, so this is gonna be the stock exhaust. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this side panel taken off. All right, get that off. All right, we're gonna get the exhaust taken off here. There we go. Get in there pretty tight. There, we're gonna get this last one off. Wow, that one wasn't even tight. All right, guys, that was pretty painless. Let's see if we can get this off pretty easily. Wow, that's crazy. Everybody else has said this has been like pretty challenging, but this thing slipped off super easy. Now, I don't know if we're gonna have to reuse this hardware, but this nut right here is captured in here. So if we're gonna reuse this, we're gonna have to cut this out to get it. But I'm not sure if the FMF kit comes with a new one or not. Right, guys, it's out of there. So that's what it looks like. Super easy, probably about the easiest muffler removal I've ever had on a bike or a quad. Next thing we have to do is get this little exhaust. Ooh, I don't even know what it is. It's a real soft material though, but it's like a gasket that's just in here. Oh my God, it's just like breaking away. Super brittle material. There we go. That's what it looks like. All right, so we're ready to get the pipe mocked up. So this is the open exhaust model. Like I said, if you want something that's a little toned down, then the quiet core is gonna be what you want. This right here is gonna give us a louder bike, and it's gonna give us maximum horsepower just based on airflow out of the bike. But a very nice color right here. It's kind of like a bluish grayish color on the silencer portion. Nice looking welds. I will say the stickers on here aren't the greatest. You can see some imperfections already on this. And this did come shipped very well in the packaging. It's just the stickers are a little subpar in my opinion. Very nice aluminum hanger though. Very thick. Riveted in really nice. These right here have little tamper-proof screws. So that's pretty nice. All the other welds look pretty good too. So one of the biggest things is this thing probably weighs half as much as the stock pipe. So you're saving a little bit on weight as well. All right. Looks like about right there is good. We took all the hardware out, all of these little rubber bushings. Still trying to figure out how to do this part. So they do provide you with this little clip. And I'm guessing it just clips on right here. But if that's the case, this has to be on the outside as well as right here. I've seen some people where they run them to the inside and they've actually crushed the silencer whenever they go off of a jump, or that wheel kind of goes up into the fender well. All right, so we're gonna put this in the same way that we took everything out. So we got the longer bolt with this spacer on the outside. Go ahead and put that in. And I was able to find a second nut that's the same size, so we don't have to cut out the old one. I'm not gonna deal with this right here. I'm not sure exactly how you would install this because I'm kind of an idiot, but we're gonna go ahead and get these screwed on here. I'm gonna grab our 10 mil socket, 10 mil wrench. All right, I can't wait to hear what this pipe sounds like. But last touch right here, we're gonna put this panel back on. A little extra right here, you get 4 stickers in the pack, and you get a spark arrestor as well. All right, guys, the moment we've all been waiting for. I can't wait to hear this thing. Let's give it a try. Go ahead and install this spark arrestor. Now, I tried to do some sound clips of before and after with the spark arrestor in. I couldn't really tell any difference between the two, but most of the trails I ride on, you have to have a spark arrestor. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this thing installed. Get this clip installed. There's like a little ridge in there. You just kind of work it around and get it in there. Yep. We got this thing installed, and I know this thing is popping already, so we're definitely gonna have to get that EJK kit. But don't worry, we're gonna be getting that thing next month, and we'll show you how to do the install. But man, this thing sounds so much beefier. This thing is a lot louder than stock. I mean, not even in the same ballpark. So if you want something that's loud, something that's gonna stand out and probably give you a little bit of extra power, I don't know. So you definitely need to check out the Powercore 4. This thing is pretty awesome. So we're gonna take this thing out on the trail, do some flybys. We're also just gonna do some ride-alongs with the GoPro and see what you guys think of the sound, and we're gonna see if it does any decel pops, which I'm already assuming it's going to in its current state without that tuner. But let's go ahead, hit the trails. Out with this FMF exhaust, and man, can I say it sounds beautiful. So much deeper, a lot more grunt to it, and it seems a lot more responsive. So with the intake, we pretty much left it the same, except we cut the snorkel part that goes on the inside of the airbox. We cut that pretty much off, so that way we're not leaning out the air fuel mixture too much. If you lean it out too much, you're going to have a lot of popping and cracking going on, especially with the deceleration. But honestly, with this and the pair valve delete that we did, it's really not popping much at all. Unless I'm just really on the throttle and letting off, then sometimes it'll go ahead and start popping a little bit. But honestly, not too bad. I don't even know if we need to do the tuner. So I think a lot of people, when they remove that airbox lid, or do the modifications, or put the KLX snorkel, a lot of times that's going to lean the bike out a lot. Listen to that beautiful sound. Sounds amazing, man. You can bring the front wheel up so much easier now too. Didn't used to be the case. You used to really have to work to get the front end up. It just seems so much more manageable with the power. I really like it. I mean, just deceleration doesn't pop at all. We can get it to pop though, like, well, it's not even popping right there, but yeah, we can get it popping a little bit. I don't even know if we're gonna do the EJK tuner. I just don't know if we need to. I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll see, but I don't like spending money I don't like spending a lot of money on stuff I don't really need to have. I'm sure everybody's the same way. I got this thing for like $359 off Motorsport. I was a little bit more for the shipping since I'm in Alaska, but it wasn't too bad. Man, it's just so much more snappy. Really like it. And this bike just comes so bogged down with all the emissions that are on it. And it's not a very high performance engine in the beginning anyway. It's really better than the KLX300R, but this is not a sport tuned machine, but it wants to be. You just got to do some stuff to it, but it's definitely not going to be no 450 or even a 250 four-stroke race bike. But it looks good and it's pretty functional and it's a great trail bike, which is what this thing was designed to be. Alright guys, so that is the ride along portion. I think this thing sounds amazing, and maybe from the video clips you can't tell a good sound difference based on how loud this thing possibly could be. But this thing is really loud, so if you don't want a loud pipe, do not get the Powercore. You definitely need to opt for that quiet core. I think it's quiet core Q4. It's going to be a lot more quiet, obviously, but it's still going to give it a little bit more bass and deeper sound to it, because the stock exhaust that comes with this thing is just, I mean, it just muffles everything, which I guess is what it's designed to do, but nobody likes that crap. So guys, I hope you like this video, and if you are looking for this Powercore exhaust, I'm going to place some links in the description box where you can follow them, get you in the right place. But overall, I would highly suggest for the KLX300R, Powercore 4 pipe is kind of the way to go. It's inexpensive, it's a lot cheaper than the Pro Circuit exhaust, and it's just a good bang for the buck, I believe. The build quality is there. So guys, if you like this kind of stuff, hit that like, subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you can get more stuff on the KLX300 when we roll it out. You guys, thanks for watching this video.